Hey guys, how's it going? It's Danconia here, and welcome back to Overwatch. So, we've had some changes go up on the PTR. PTR's been out of commission for a while, because basically, since Brigitte launched, nothing's really been going on the PTR until now. Now, you might be asking yourself, why am I looking at a white thing with cool sections in it and things? We'll get onto that in a minute. 3 things I want to cover in this video. Number 1 is this. Hello, Rialto. Yes, Rialto is now playable on the PTR as a payload map, which is what it is originally intended for, right? This, obviously, you might recognize is the second to last room you are in Retribution. This, obviously, that door there would lead you to the final part of Retribution. It's not used in the actual map when it's a payload map. This is the defenders, no, the attackers spawn. I've got that right, haven't I? Please say I've got that right. Yes, it is the attacker spawn. This is the attacker spawn. Lovely particle effects that I haven't seen before because I've got it on higher settings than usual, or used to. They will come out of this big door. There is no other way out of this big round room. I like this big round room though. They can go up the stairs, or up the stairs, or through the gate. Up the stairs, you have this, which leads you to high ground. This is obviously very good for Widowmaker, or Hanzo. Yeah, we'll get onto Hanzo in a minute. Very good for those sniping positions, very good for a Bastion. If you want to put them up here, you might notice the payload down there. If I go back through the other side door, we get through to our main door, which comes out here. You might notice this, because this is where the first heavy assault lands in Retribution. So, this is where the payload starts. Of course, this is a payload map. You don't have to take the payload, you just move the payload. It's the same as Junkrat and as... Oh, what other maps are there? That's based on this, I've completely forgotten. Oh my goodness me. It's the same as Junkrat anyway, and... Route 66. Now, you come out of this room, obviously you've got that up there. You have a flank, 2 flanks actually. You have a flank around here which goes over the bridge, which is really lovely. You get lovely boats, which comes out to this area. You'll notice this area from also Retribution. This is where you take on the assassin for the first time. That's a pretty big flank, and probably going to be commonly used by tracers. This, again, is another flank. This is not so substantial, but it gives you options, right? This takes you to probably where the defenders are going to set up on this corner. Either that, or they're going to set up in the courtyard over there. Also, you have this way around here, which is another flank around this building. Hello, guys. Hello, Omnics in boats. Which will again get you to the clock tower. And the lovely, lovely courtyard. This is enterable as it is in Retribution, but it's probably not going to see much use, to be quite honest. It's much ado about nothing. Again, high ground, which is accessible via stairs as well. From the courtyard, there's high ground over there. There's high ground, there's quite a substantial amount of high ground in this map, as you might expect. Right, so now we get to this courtyard place where it could be a massive brawl here, to be quite honest. Obviously, you've got the flank I've showed you about there, and the flank from there. We're talking about health packs. We have a small health pack in there. We have a small health pack in here. I am actually not totally clued up on where all the health packs are. We have customary football, which every map seems to have right now. I'm assuming there's going to be one in here. No. That's a surprise. I thought there'd be one in there, actually. So where's... I haven't seen a mega yet. One in here? No. Although we now do have another bar, which is great, I guess. No, still not seeing a mega health pack. Interesting. I haven't... I've looked around the map, but I haven't looked specifically where health packs are. So you have a small health pack in there. You have a small health pack in there. Health pack out here? No. That's interesting, that is, actually. No health pack up here? Around the bend here? Nope, no health packs. Okay, so we get to this area. This, again, is going to be a highly defensive area with a lot of high ground for both defenders and attackers. You can come around here. There's another flank round here, which can obviously lead you to the bridge, where you might encounter some snipers on Legendary of the Retribution mission. Also, we have a Mega Health Pack. There is our first Mega Health Pack. At last, and some peppers, if you want them. And some lemons. And some fish. More you know. And a custom fire extinguisher, because you always want to let the fire extinguishers off in this game, for some reason. High ground that the snipers take on the Retribution mission is available for us to use when and if you need it. Obviously don't film the water's going to kill you. Now, there are obviously a few edits to the map, you might have seen them already. Here we have the first defensive spawn, which goes underground to this little area. Not exactly sure what this area is, it's like an underground Rialto sort of thing. But this is the first defensive spawn, which can lead in from this area, which is the inside where the Talon forces smash in through the window and basically do all sorts. You won't necessarily come in here though, because you will not be leading the payloads through a house, because that wouldn't make sense, would it? Let's be honest. Obviously we have this shop open still. This is part of that defender's spawn. Looking good, people, looking good. And that's nice high ground for defensive, a second defense, I would say. And this is also a point here, by the way. Yeah, I didn't notice that, but that's a point underneath the choke. This could be quite a heavy choke. Looks good for Reinhardt, to be quite honest. That looks like a nice Reinhardt choke. It doesn't look that good for Winston. He's going to have to go through there or through the upper. That's... It's very open as well. Could be a good Farah map. And a good Junkrat map with that choke. You can proceed up here. You cannot proceed through this door in Retribution, I believe. It's only during the actual payload map, and I went the wrong side of the door. That's great. And it allows you to get onto this high ground, into that defensive spawn area. High ground revealing the bay, which we know from the boats and the dropship which comes in. And obviously you can go down and out to here. That's the defender's spawn first time. And now we have some new architecture. These walls, they might look a bit odd, because they are odd. They weren't there for Retribution. And it's a weird one, that. I'm surprised they put that in there. Let's be honest. It's a difficult one. I suppose it provides a bit of cover, because obviously you see where the payload runs. It provides a bit of cover, I presume, for the payload. Otherwise, if you're Farah, you could literally bomb from miles out here. Because you can go pretty far out, from what I remember from looking at it yesterday. I'm still going. So you can go this far out. So it's pretty good for Farah at this point, right? And I presume with those walls are going to give it a bit of cover. But they do look a bit odd. They don't look the same as the other architecture, unless you go over there. So that's a bit odd, that one. High ground up here for a good old Widowmaker. And here is point B. Bit of an odd place for it to go. It's not under the choke. Mind you, under the choke would be too near the final location. There is a mini health pack in there, if you would wish to use it. I don't know... Where's second defensive spawn then? Oh no, there won't be defensive second... Oh hey, whoa. That's... Is this a spawn ring? Oh, this is second attacker spawn, I think. I think this is second attacker spawn. Those doors will open. Yeah. So you've got a door here and a door here. This will be second attacker spawn once they have taken that second point. Is there a... another attacker spawn? Is that an attacker spawn? No. Okay. So you've got the first spawn. So if you get to that point, you have to run from first spawn. That doesn't make sense to me. It seems like there should be another spawn room. Oh, I see it. You see it? Because I see it. Here is your second spawn room. I reckon. Yep. This is second spawn. With some lovely ice cream cones. if you want some ice cream cones. This is second attacking spawn once you've taken first point, which leads straight onto some high ground. And then you have your third attacker spawn over here through these doors. So these doors are generally spawns in any case. Moving on, you have a flank round here. That's not a door, is it? No, that's not a door I can go through. You do not have a flank round there. What am I talking about? Okay, so you have this, where you can go up and onto the high ground, which the sniper, the first sniper takes in Retribution. You also have a flank round here, which was not available during Retribution, which leads into this building, where the Enforcer and 2 bad guys come out, the troopers. You have a mega health pack here. Moving on. Getting past this Joker is obviously going to be probably quite difficult, I think. In here, we have a link to this area, which will bring you out to the small health pack and that area again. It's all very flanker friendly. Now, you might notice the trail of the road. Obviously, Retribution starts beyond that door. Right? It's blown open by old Reyes and his gang after they kill Bartolelli, or whatever his name is. This is the end of the map. We have defensive first spawn, which is full of Talon weapons. Lovely. Lovely Talon weapons, look. Good old Talon. Is Widowmaker's rifle in here? Apparently not. That's a shame. That would have been cool. That would have been cool. And this leads up to something that's a glitch. That'll be fixed. And it runs all the way underneath the last point, right? That's a glitch. It will be fixed, believe me. This must be first spawn then. For the defensive team. Going through here, we come to our last ditch defense. Now, some mini health pack. There's not many megas. I don't know whether I've missed them or not, but it doesn't seem to be many megas in this on this map. Now, obviously, you finish up with the payload here. Spawns come out of there and out of there. Now, this is interesting. This is a very close spawn. This is a very close spawn, and you come into the Talon throne room, which is where everyone loves a good bit of spawning, right? So, that is Rialto. It's a lovely looking map, and I think because it's released on the PTR now, I think it will be available for Season 10 of Overwatch Competitive. And I can't wait. This looks like a really lovely map. A really, really lovely map. It looks better than Junkrat. Let's put it that way. And that was the last Payload map to come out. Now, enough of Rialto. We are going to go and look at Hanzo. Hanzo boy, Hanzo funny boy, has had his rework at last. Now, what has Hanzo had reworked? There's no more scatter arrow, thank God, praise the Lord. Everyone say thank you, Jeffrey. No more scatter arrow. With every death we have a leap, which is a bit like Tracer's blink and Genji's double jump, I guess. His arrows are significantly faster than they were, making him a bit more reliable. The problem is I can't shoot with Hanzo because I don't play him. Who plays Hanzo? Sorry, Rexy. Now, I know, this is all boring, right? If I jump up the wall, I can jump to there, which is pretty cool. Also, I can do this. So it gives Hanzo a bit more mobility. Nothing's changed with his ult. His sonar arrow is has a slightly smaller radius, I believe, but you can fire it more often. And then we have this. Rapid shot. It has another name. It has another name, and I don't know what it is. This is Hanzo's rapid shot that's been talked about for a while now. And honestly, look at the graphics on it. It looks actually insane. Obviously, it has time on it. But it does full damage. I actually know, I think that's a lie. It doesn't do full damage, but it does do significant damage. I think it's 80 per body shot, doubled for a headshot. So if you have really, really good aim with this Hanzo, with this ability, you can erase things pretty quickly. I've seen people burn down roadhogs with this so far. Is it slightly OP, you might ask? It could be. I don't know whether... It makes Hanzo's skill cap much higher. Much higher. If you can hit these shots, which I can, you could annihilate a backline. You could technically possibly take out 3 players. You have 6 shots. You have 6 shots, so you could take out a Zen, another support, and technically a DPS, I think, if you land all of your shots. Of course, it's going to be really difficult to land all of your shots. But it's a really nice ability, and I tell you what, the graphics on it are fantastic for literally just a normal ability, not an ultimate. His ultimate hasn't changed. It's still lovely dragons that you just get out of the way of. Unless you're a bot, obviously. See, I killed 3 with that. Now, Hanzo, this is going to be an interesting one. I think it's going to stay on the PTR for a while. But, yeah, it's definitely interesting. I'm going to take one look at Lucio. There have been other nerfs, and I will go through them. Tracer has had a nerf for the first time. She has had her pulse bomb damage reduced from 400 to 300. This is to combat her basically destroying tanks every time she's around with a pulse bomb. Junkrat has had the size of his balls reduced, Kappa, from 3 to 2. I don't think it's made much difference, and Riptire now has a speed of 12 instead of 13 to try and nerf a bit of Junkrat. Also, and this is a buff to Lucio, boys, if I do that, I don't lose any ammo. Finally, I've always thought that a bit stupid, to be quite honest with you. It's always found it a bit stupid. You're in my spawn, go away. And then, of course, there's this. If I can get it right, that is. If I don't get interrupted. I fell off. But basically, the best place to show this is actually by those 2 bots over there. Lucio's wall ride would get interrupted by obstacles, right? Not anymore. It won't get interrupted by corners. He can just keep going. All day. Every day. He can just keep going. And going. Until he gets to that very sharp bend. So he can go all the way around here. Traverse this inside corner. Traverse this outside corner. Traverse this corner. And stop here. Because this is too sharp. Right? And that's all just holding space. He can just keep going around this, by the way. Constantly. And make you quite dizzy. He can just keep going around. I'm literally just holding space. I'm not holding any other buttons. I'm holding space. This is a massive buff to Lucio. This gives him... He's got the highest mobility in the game, and now he has even more mobility. This is crazy, and I think it might be a bit too crazy. I don't know. This is a weird one, but again, he just keeps going. He just keeps going. He can just do this forever and ever and ever. Do you know what would be interesting to introduce to Lucio? This going on forever is a bit weird, right? Perhaps like a stamina thing. Like a stamina bar. Like you have Moira using her heals, and then she has to recharge it. What about a stamina bar for Lucio? It doesn't have to be like crazy short, right? But give him a stamina bar, because he can do this infinitely. I've been holding spacebar for a minute now, if not more. And he just keeps going and going and going. It has to be on the right surface, but he can just keep going. And going. And going. It's absolutely crazy. That's enough of that, though. Right, so we're going to switch out of Overwatch here. Well, we're not going to switch out of Overwatch, but we're going to switch from this. God, 123 loot boxes. Please, can we have an update to the profiles on this blimmin' PTR server? Right, we are going to go to this little video here. This is something I found on Twitter, and this is a weird one, because if I go back to Overwatch and we look at the game browser and we create a game and we look at all the maps that are available in the browser, you might notice that there's only 3 assault maps. There is a map missing. It is Horizon Lunar Colony. Why is Horizon Lunar Colony, I can't say that word very well, missing from the map pool? Well, we take a look at this. Someone has managed to find Horizon Lunar Colony with the Hanzo buffs and or the Hanzo rework. Take a look at this video. This is insanity, because if this is true, and I don't see how it can be, basically they got through it using a bot preset. Horizon's had a rework. Look at the doors. Look at the barriers at the top. There's no door there now. You go up here and then you have these orange barriers. There's a door directly down there. The door to the left here has gone. Go out to space. Space is space. It's not changed. But there doesn't seem to be wasn't there a health pack there? There's nothing here now? A weird one. This is just completely weird. I believe... Is that choke got smaller? That's changed. I don't think that's as high. There's stairs going up to that high ground now. And we go through here. We've got palm trees in the middle for some reason. Don't ask me why. I think I don't know. That's a bit weird. And then you look at this part. This is where changes have happened. Look at this. The high ground is not full anymore. You can't just walk along that high ground. The stairs are still there, but there's just like a box up here. We go down here and to the other high ground. This area in here, which you can get the view of space, this is the same as it always has been. But you go through and then you have a left-hand turn here, which can lead you up to the second high ground. Now the high ground up here, you couldn't normally get up, because it was just, you had to grapple up there or something, or Hanzo jump or something. And this is Spawn. Spawn now has 2 exits, and they both go to the left or right, and don't go straight out of the middle. I believe this is true, because I think a lot of people complained... Let's stop that. I believe a lot of people complained about the distance from spawn, defensive last spawn, to the final point. They thought it was too short. And I'm entitled to agree with them, to be quite honest. And it goes back to the whole thing of, oh, it's 2 CP. And this rework would make the defensive spawn longer to get from spawn to the point. This is a major rework to a map. I have never seen a rework to a map like this. This could be... It just could change the entire way Horizon is played. But it remains to be seen. But this is all that's going on the PTR at the moment. You cannot access that Horizon map. Sorry guys, you can. But I can't wait to see it. I literally can't wait to see it. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next video. See you then.